working on a Dodge. That's a 2006 Ram 2500. It's got the big Cummins diesel engine. The air conditioning does not work. He took it somewhere. They replaced the compressor, but the AC still doesn't work. They decided it's a wiring problem and they don't want to mess with it, so it has become my wiring problem. I confirmed that the AC does not work. The light comes on, but nothing comes out the dash. It does have a couple of codes for the pressure sensor. That's my fault. I unplugged it just to make sure that it was working, and it does work. But before I started this, it had several other codes, and they all seem to be related to the clutch control circuit. So clutch control circuit open, clutch control circuit low, clutch control circuit over current. And I don't know why the compressor was replaced. It doesn't really matter. It's not being turned on, so we need to figure out why. I have a suspicion right there. The TIPM, totally integrated power module. That is Chrysler's 4-letter word. Now we're going to go to the HVAC module, just take a peek real quick. So temperature looks good. AC switch off. Refrigerant pressure 58 psi. That sounds reasonable. Usually for 134 you figure about 1 pound per degree Fahrenheit. It's pretty chilly today, so that's probably pretty close. So right now it says AC clutch request true. So it is asking to turn the clutch on. So it says customer has selected AC, true. So that means that the AC switch on the control panel there is switched on, and it's telling it to turn the indicator light on. So this stuff all seems to be working. I don't think it's a control problem. It's just not getting power to the air conditioner clutch. We need to figure out why. Better get that air conditioner fixed. Definitely gonna need it. Man, it is nasty out here. Alright, what were we doing? I can't remember. This is the TIPM. It looks like a fuse box, but that would be way too easy. So underneath of these fuses is a circuit board and some electronics and some solid state relays, I think, and a bunch of other stuff. But it looks like we've had a visit from our cheese eating friends. See that down there? They left their telltale sign. So I don't know if they chewed up something or what they did. I see a little bit of damage. That wire right there doesn't look too good. So let me poke around with that for a minute and we'll see if we can make heads or tails of this. Once again, if you're looking at this thinking it's way too complicated, you are not wrong. And this truck is 18 years old. They've only gotten worse. There's 3 separate modules involved. The HVAC module, that's the thing on the dash with the knobs and the switches. The PCM or the ECM, that's the brains of the operation. And then the TIPM, that's the glorified fuse box under the hood. It does the high current switching. And they all talk back and forth on a CAN bus network, passing around ones and zeros. But the PCM ultimately decides if and when to turn on the compressor clutch. It's looking at things like engine RPM, engine temperature, the pressure sensor value, the evap temperature sensor value, and when everything is just right, it will send a signal to the TIPM through a dedicated AC clutch circuit, and then inside the TIPM there's, I think it's a relay that closes and sends power to the compressor clutch, but there's no fuse. It has some kind of current sensing, I believe. That's why we got that overcurrent code. So if it sees too much current on this circuit, it can open the relay and shut things down. But it makes it very difficult to troubleshoot because you don't know exactly when the PCM is going to turn the clutch on. I found out that it won't do it unless the engine is running. And then in the TIPM, you don't necessarily know if it's going to turn the clutch on because of, an overcurrent condition, or, there's no like real-time feedback on that. Anyway, I think what we're going to do is just disconnect the AC clutch right here. We'll hook up some jumpers and send power to it. And if we can make the clutch close, we can, look at the system and see if everything is working. And then we can also hook up a test light right here and see if it's getting a signal from the TIPM to turn on. If we're not getting a signal here, we're going to have to work our way backwards through the circuit until we find the problem. The AC clutch is down there somewhere. We're going to try putting some juice right to the clutch and see if we can get it to engage. So, well, we got arcing and sparking, but I don't hear any clicking and clacking. Okay. Let me start the engine, I guess, and we'll see if we can get that thing to click in. Doesn't appear to be working. This light is connected to the power feed for the compressor clutch. Well, that's fun. I'm pretty sure the compressor clutch is stuck on all the time. Compressor's spinning all the time, but it's not making any pressure. Come on. There it is. Yeah, she's locked up. So there should be an air gap right here between the pulley and the clutch plate. And there is no air gap. Let's see if we can pop it loose. This is not the ideal tool for the job. Brake bleeder wrench. I think she's locked up. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's purely academic because the compressor, I'm sure, is smoked if it's been stuck on for however long. So we're gonna have to start over from scratch, or somebody's gonna have to start over from scratch. This is not salvageable. Kind of a bizarre failure, but it's what you get with the quality of new parts today. Looks like it's leaking oil too. I think the best videos I make are when I encounter some kind of bizarre problem that I've never seen before. This certainly qualifies. I have never seen anything like this. I have no idea what happened here. All I can say is it doesn't seem to be an electrical problem. We have power at the connector for the AC clutch. That seems to be working just fine. However, that brand new AC clutch is locked up solid. The compressor is spinning all the time, but it's not compressing. There's no movement on the pressure transducer. We should see the refrigerant pressure go up as soon as the engine starts. And it does absolutely nothing. I think it's blown up. I mean, I know the shop that did the work. I don't think they did anything wrong, but at the same time, the AC doesn't work, and cleaning this up is going to be a big job. I would say the brand new compressor is completely hooped, and now there's probably shrapnel distributed throughout the system. Or else it blew out the orifice or something, I don't know. But so we're gonna have to, well, he's gonna have to replace the condenser, the accumulator, the orifice, and go through and kind of flush out all the lines and just hope that he gets all the little metal bits out of the system. So I think we're kind of stuck. I know it's not very satisfying, but my diagnosis is it's hooped. Completely hooped. But the wiring is good, so there's always that. God. Well, that's kind of a horrifying mess, but it should get the job done. Nobody will ever see it.